Production rates for the popular Boeing 737 MAX from Boeing are to remain restricted despite turbulence in Boeing's finances, and you have to feel that urge from Boeing to try and get these rectified for the greater good of its operation moving forward. The comments emerged following President Trump's inauguration, and obviously the news before that we'd already been made aware of, that Mike Whitaker would be stepping down as the head of the Federal Aviation Administration. Changes like these are typical when we do see administration changes over in the United States. The new nominee to take over his position said that production caps imposed from early 2024 are now slated to continue. Moreover, they will only be relaxed once consultation occurs, and it can be assured that the highest aircraft quality is actually being produced. Persistent issues will stop reoccurring across the business, you'd like to feel, by the time they do this. Such developments also follow Boeing's intent to aggressively increase production on the 737 right across 2025, focusing on putting out a safe product while also easing the pressures on multiple parties that have been taking place, that have been ongoing for quite some time now. While Boeing must build the safest aircraft, its airline customers are suffering astronomically. They cannot get the planes they need to drive their businesses forward on time. Worse still, 2 variants in the MAX family are remaining uncertified, and timelines for when these specific planes will be approved are unclear. In the past, we have certainly had our timelines for the 737-7 and what is the 737-10. However, actually getting the plane maker to stick to these has been a challenge unlike any other, and we have definitely reached a point in time where putting forward a very public timeline is not necessarily something that should be done on Boeing's part, for they can't really confirm if they are going to meet it or not. For Boeing, the inability to increase production rates, also spurred by a recent strike that saw over 30,000 employees walk off the job, has meant that from a financial standpoint, things have gotten dark internally relatively quickly, that is, if they hadn't already. Boeing knows it needs to increase production on the MAX jet to stand any chance of seeing brighter days. But see, this increase is not solely in its own hands. In the past, maybe it was, but now, while Boeing can demonstrate improvements on the 737 MAX program and state as many times as they want their intent to increase production, it isn't on them. It is the Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, that need to approve the increase, which tracks back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, which is that caps will remain in place for the foreseeable future. Why has production been restricted? Obviously, this is a pretty important thing to take a look at. They were imposed following a door blowout incident at the beginning of 2024 aboard an Alaska Airlines 737 MAX. That feels like an eternity ago. It also feels like yesterday, if that makes sense. Ultimately, while no one was physically harmed in the incident, and more importantly, no further panels actually detached from any other aircraft, the subsequent groundings did reveal that more loose bolts and production issues on brand new 737 MAX jets were present, which put forward more very concerning developments. What on earth had Boeing been doing across the last, say, 4 or 5 years, where it said it was focused on building safe aircraft, if continued quality slip-ups were taking place? A great deal of, therefore, uproar emerged, and the realization that little to no work had been done. The same persistent issues were creeping through the business, and that is why the Federal Aviation Administration has really put its foot down on Boeing. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. When do you genuinely see things changing for the plane maker and they're able to actually increase MAX production? Of course, remembering just how important the increases are going to be for their broader business. Thanks for watching, take care, be safe, and I will see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.